Hello all. What we are going to discuss about is agile methodology. So agile methodology, in the sense, how fast we can develop the a system or software in software engineering. So agile development really a buzzword nowadays in the software development, and we will discuss more detail in this session. Okay, so first we are going with the what is agility, and we are going to discuss about agility and how it affects the cost of software development, that is cost of change. Then we will discuss about what is an agile process. Okay, so what do you mean by that? And so then we will discuss about extreme programming, how it helps to develop the agile process, and different other agile process models we do software industry is following currently. So that's the contents of this lecture. So let's move quickly. So first of all, what is agility? Agility means moving fast or moving forward very fastly. So that is the meaning of agile. So in terms of software engineering, so Ivar Jacobson, okay, so he gave the discussion on agility and saying that agility is the buzzword today. So everyone is agile and every team is agile and nimble, that can able to do things quickly. Okay, so change is what software development is all about. Okay, so if you want to change anything in the software, or if you want to add any extra features in the software, you need to do that very quickly, so that cost of the software might be go down. Okay, so that's the what Ivar Jacobson has been provided in his discussion. Okay, so moving forward, so how agility and the cost of change help to reduce the cost of production of the any system. So agile process helps to reduce the cost of change. Okay, because software is released in an increments order. Okay, so that can change better control within a increment. Okay, so what Stephen Goldman says, it is agility is the dynamic, content specific, and aggressively change embracing and growth oriented. That is what Stephen Goldman told. Okay, so here you can see the graph. Okay, so based on the development schedule progress, the cost of change, development cost has been reduced. Okay, cost of change using agile process is very low compared to the cost of change using conventional software process, which we have discussed earlier. Okay, so here you can see the two met at a particular point time, at a particular point of graph. That would be the idealized cost of change using agile process. Okay, so with the help of this graph, you may understand how agile methodology help you to reduce the cutting of the cost. Okay, so yeah, when incremental delivery is related to, or related to, or correlated to with agile practices, like continuous unit testing and pair programming. Okay, so the cost of making changes attenuated. That means that would be go down very low. Okay, so pair programming in the sense means doing the program continually, parallelly, we could say. So here the main key point here is the agile process reduce the cost of change, because software is released in increments and change can be better controlled within a increment. So that is the advantage with the agile development methodology. Okay, so what really is an agile process? Okay, so agile process characterized in a manner, okay, that can able to address number of key assumptions about the majority of software projects. Okay, the first one is so we can't able to predict, okay, what software requirements before we initiate the project. Okay, so requirements, if you can able to predict the requirements prior to the initializing the product, so sometimes they might vary. Okay, so sometimes it is very difficult to accommodate those requirements of the customer, okay, and the priorities of those requirements, okay, and priorities of the requirements might change over the time, okay, so while project proceeds, so we need to accommodate all of them. Okay, so yeah, although the agile process embrace the change, okay, it is very important that examine the reasons for change. We need to note it down, the what are the reasons to changing of the priorities, okay, about the requirements, right? So next thing, next thing would be, so many types of software, design and construction would both are interconnected, right? Okay, so both activities should be performed in order that design models are proven as they are created. Okay, first we will go for the design. Okay, after design is finishes, then only we will go for the next phase, that is implementation. Okay, so if you can't able to predict the requirements as it is, okay, it is very difficult. Okay, can't able to understand how much design is necessary for before the construction, okay, which is used to prove the design. Okay, the word of advice here is, okay, working software is very important, okay, but okay, variety of quality attributes including reliability, usability and maintainability are also very important. Okay, so that's the word of advice. Okay, so I think the last one is analysis, design, construction and testing are not predictable. We can't able to predict before the software development is launches. Okay, so these are the few things we need to address before we initiate the development. Okay, so few, what do you mean by, what do you really mean by agile process? Okay, so for to answer this, we need to understand few agile principles. Okay, so these principles were framed by Agile Alliance. Okay, so first principle is, okay, highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Okay, that's the first principle. We need to satisfy the customer by delivering the priority requirements as early as possible. And second one is, so we need to welcome the changing of the requirements. Okay, even which is late in development. Okay, agile process harness changes for the customer's competitive advantage, right? So that's the advantage, or with the agile methodology. Okay, so the third one is delivering working software is the main important thing. Okay, whatever, even the priority of the requirements has changes. Okay, delivery of the working software is very 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 important. Okay, yeah, the fourth one is, so business people and developers they must work together daily throughout the project. Okay, that's the added advantage with the agile development. Okay, and the fourth agile principles, okay, which were defined by the Agile Alliance, we shortly AA. Okay, the fifth one is so building the projects around the individuals who can able to support the environment, okay, and trust them, and to get it the job done. Okay, so yeah, if you want to build anything which is very quickly, we need to support the individuals who can able to deliver, who can able to put their 100% of the time, and we need to trust them. Okay, so to get the job done. Okay, so the sixth one is, the most efficient and effective method of conveying the information and within the development team is face-to-face conversation. Yes, face-to-face meetings help you to convey the exact information what you really want to convey. Okay, so seventh principle is yeah, so working software is the primary measure of progress. Okay, so that's the seventh agility principle. And Eighth agility principle is, okay, agile process promotes sustainable development. Okay, that means sponsors, developers, and users should can able to maintain a constant pace of indefinitely. Okay, they need to be aligned with the same same line. Okay, same thing. Okay, so ninth one is continuous attention to the technical excellence and good design enhance agility. Yes, so technical team should work at their best to deliver the good software, and the design team also need to design in such a way that can able to help the technical team to develop the software. Okay, the 10th one is simplicity. Okay, so that can able to help you to the maximize the amount of work which which is not done is essential. Simplicity is help you art of maximizing the amount of work which is not done is essential. Okay, so 11th one is the best architectures and requirements and designs which are emerged from self-organizing teams. Okay, self-organizing teams, they can able to accommodate the changes without any what we can say is over supervision of any individual. Okay, and the last but not least is at regular intervals the team reflects on how to become more effective than the tunes and adjust the behavior of accordingly. Okay, so these are the 12 agility principles which were framed with the help of Agile Alliance. Okay, so that's about so agile principles. Okay, next one is extreme programming. Okay, so what do you mean by extreme programming? Is the most which is mostly nowadays they are using in agile software development. Okay, so the another variant of XP we call them as a industrial XP, shortly IXP. Okay, which is refined from the XP, and that targets the agile process specifically for use within the large organizations. They could use this IXP. Okay, so industrial extreme programming. So what do you really the XP means? So this XP uses object oriented approach. Okay, so it's preferred development paradigm, and that encompasses a set of rules and practices that can able to occur within the context of four framework activities. Those are planning, design, coding, and testing. Okay, here the most important thing is project velocity is subtle measure of team productivities. Okay, project velocity in this means how speed the project is moving forward is completely depending upon the team, and we could take it as a measure of team productivity. So here you can see the diagram for the extreme programming process. There you can see planning, design, coding, and testing. Everything will happen continuously. Okay, so yeah, planning here user stories. We will discuss particularly about what do you mean by user stories. Okay, so planning help you to the user stories values to accept and test criteria. Iteration plan will be planned in this planning, and design okay, CRC cards. Okay, when we discuss about class object relationships, we will discuss about the CRC cards. Okay, then spike solutions and prototypes would be in this design phase. Then coding, in the coding here pair programming which we discussed, parallel programming. Okay, and testing validation of the code which has been coded, and then we will test the help of unit test and continuous integration test and so on. Okay, this would be iterative process. And this software release would be happen after you done with the test, after you done the validation. Okay, software increment project velocity is computed, okay, with the help of this release. Okay, so yeah, this picture tells us everything about this extreme programming process. Yeah, so yeah, first thing what we seen is planning. Okay, so yeah, planning activity begins with the listening. Okay, so requirements gathering activity that can able to that enables the technical members of the XP, uh, you know just give me a second. Yeah, in the planning, in the planning activity, that begins with the listening. What we do listen is requirements gathering activity, that can able to helps us to understand the the we in the sense means technical members of the extreme programming team, that can able to understand the business context for the software, and they can able to get the broad feel for required output, and all the major features and functionality. Okay, so listening after you listen, okay, after extreme programming team listens the requirements, okay, they can leads to that can able to leads the creation of set of stories. Okay, we call them as a user stories. Okay, so that can able to help to understand the what is the required output, and what are the features and functionality for software to be built. Okay, so each story which is similar to the use case, okay, is written by the customer and is placed on an index card. Okay, index card is something that that can able to that can have the different user stories. Okay, so the customer assigns a value for each story. Okay, so this value would be the priority number. Okay, so that means customer give the priority to the each and every story. Okay, based on the overall business value of the feature or function. Okay, so that's about the planning. Okay, so then after members of the XP team, after assessing the what are the priority user stories, okay, and assign the cost for each story. Okay, what would be the expected cost for development, and what how much time it required to develop it. Okay, if the story is estimated to that requires more than 3 weeks, okay, then the customer is asked to split the story again. Okay, that means small stories, make it a story into a small stories, and then assign value to assign value and cost for each and every these small stories. Okay, so it is very important, note that the new stories can be written anytime. Okay, yes, at any time customer can write new stories. Okay, in this particular point of time, customers and development team work together to decide how to group the stories into next release. Okay, so which are to developed by the XP team. Okay, so that's about the planning phase. Okay, so once the basic commitment has been done, that means agreement between the agreement of the stories which are included, and the cost of the story, and how much time it requires to develop the story. Okay, everything is in place. Okay, the XP team orders the stories that will be developed in one of these 3 ways. Okay, so first is all stories will be implemented immediately, okay, within the few weeks. Okay, then the second one is the story with the highest value will be moved up in the schedule and implements fast. Okay, give the priority highest value which gave the customer, right, and the riskiest story will be moved up in the schedule and implemented the first. Yeah, highest value and the riskiest stories will be move up to the schedule, and they give the priority to them, right. So then after the first project release, okay, in the first iteration that has been delivered, the XP team computes the project velocity, that means the speed of the project has been completed, and they stated simply a project velocity is the number of customer stories implemented during the first release. That is how velocity will be calculated. Okay, so how this project velocity would be helpful. Okay, so it can help you to estimate the delivery dates and schedule for subsequent releases. Okay, next release dates will be calculated based on this project velocity, and they can able to it can able to help to determine whether an or commitment has been made for all stories or not. Okay, so across the entire development project. Okay, so with the project velocity we can able to identify these 2 points. Okay, so if the over commitment occurs, okay, over commitment in the sense means technical team pledged to release the all the stories at a particular span of time. Content of release is modified. Okay, the release dates will be modified and the budget will be changed. Okay, so as the development work proceeds, which is the core heart of the system, the customer can add stories and change the value of an existing story and split the stories if it wants to, and eliminate them, some of them which are not maybe not relevant to the system which is going to be developed. Okay, the XP team then considers all remaining releases and modify its plans accordingly. Yes, based on the depending upon the stories modifications, they can able to reschedule the dates and budget also. So in the next phase is the design phase. In the design phase, the XP team rigorously follows KISS. Okay, KISS in the sense means keep it simple. Okay, keep it simple principle. Okay, a simple design that can able to help you understand the system than more complex representation. Okay, so in addition, the design can able to provide you the implementation guidance for the story. Okay, which is written. Okay, nothing less and nothing more. Okay, so that's the idea of simplicity and advantage with this simplicity. And the design of extra functionality, okay, that is disguised. Okay, that means if you are going for the extra functionality, that would be disguised in the designing phase. Okay, if the can able to, there is a difficulty in the design, okay, which is encountered as a part of the design of a story, the XP will recommend the immediate creation of operational prototype of that portion of the design. Okay, which we call as a spike solution. Okay, the design prototype is implemented and evaluated. Okay, so if the team is can't able to design a particular difficulty thing, then they will go for the spike, they call it as a spike solution, and implement the prototype first. Okay, and then evaluate that prototype. Okay, so the main idea behind this is intent lower the risk of the when actual thing is implemented. Okay, when they going to implement and after the implementation and the validation. Okay, so that can able to estimate the story, okay, which is containing the design problem. Okay, the next phase after design is the coding, obviously, right? Okay, after successful completion of the development of the stories, okay, the preliminary design works is done. Okay, so the once the design is done, okay, then coding will be initiated. Okay, the team directly not move to the code, but rather they develop the series of test cases. Okay, unit tests we call them, so that can able to exercise each of these stories that is to be included in the current release. Okay, the first increment and next increment and so on. Okay, so once the unit test has been created, okay, so the developer can able to focus on what must be implemented to pass the test. Okay, yeah, then once the code is then based on that validation test, the code will be written, and after the code completion, okay, so then it will go for the unit testing. Okay, thereby providing instantaneous feedback for the developers. Okay, so yeah, so what extreme programming recommend is the two people must work together and sit together on a single computer station, okay, to create a code for the story. That is what XP recommends. Okay, yeah, what happens if two programmers, so set of two programmers sit in a single workstation, is they can able to identify, one is able to focus on one thing, that is development, and one is able to focus on how to pass the that test unit case tests which were developed for this coding. So in some cases, these process which we mentioned is performed on daily basis, okay, by integration team. Some other cases in the pair of programmers have integration responsibility, okay, they themselves will take the responsibility of the integration, okay. So here the continuous integration strategy, okay, that can able to help to avoid the compatibility and interfacing problems, okay, and it can able to provide smoke testing, okay, smoke testing that can able to uncover the errors in early phase, okay. The last and final phase is testing, okay. So after the unit tests that are created, okay, should be implemented, okay, with the help of framework, okay, or using the framework, okay. So that framework can enable to be automated, okay. So the tests will be executed repeatedly. So that would encourage the regression testing strategy, okay. So whenever the code is modified automatically, by default XP will be refactored, okay, that is called XP refactoring philosophy, okay. The unit tests are organized into universal testing suite, okay. That integration and validation testing of the system can occur on a daily basis, okay. So that can able to provide the XP team with continuous indication of progress, and also can raise warning flags early, if things has been changing, okay. So that's about the testing, okay. So what Wells states is fixing small problems every few hours take a less time than fixing huge problems just before the deadline, okay. So yeah, in one way it is true, okay. Every day if you try to fix the problems, that would help you to that would reduce the major risk, compared to the fixing all the problems at a time. So XP acceptance test, which we also call a customer test, are specified by the customer, and that can able to focus on overall system features and functionality that are visible and reviewable by the customer, okay. So acceptance test will be conducted after successful integration of the system, okay. If the acceptance tests are can able to derive from the user stories and which are being implemented as a part of the software release, okay. Once acceptance tests are passed, okay, so your product is ready to deployment, okay. So yeah, which industrial XP, which we mentioned in earlier, okay, which is a part of the XP. So industrial XP, as a Joshua Karewski, who describes the industrial XP programming, okay, in the following manner, okay. So it is an organic evaluation of XP, okay. It is imbued with the XP's minimalist, customer centric, and test driven split, okay. And iXP differs most from the original XP in its greater inclusion of management, its expanded role for customers, and its upgraded technical practices. Yeah, the iXP is mostly customer centric, okay, and test driven spirit, okay. Some IXP somehow it differs from the most of the original XP. So it's greater inclusion of the management, okay. It expanded the role of customers, and it upgraded the technical practices, okay. So yeah, IXP has incorporated 6 new practices, okay, which are added to the XP, so that can able to ensure that XP project works successfully for significant projects within the large organizations, okay. So first one is readiness assessment, okay. Readiness assessment in the sense means first initializing the IXP project, the organization should conduct the readiness assessment, whether can able to is everything is okay, that development environment environment exists, to support the IXP, and so whether the team can able to handle the project, okay, and the team contains proper set of skill people and proper set of stakeholders. And the third one is the organization has a distinct quality program and supports continuous improvement. Okay, so all these three things will be checked prior to initialize the IXP project. Okay, that is called readiness assessment. And fourth one is the organizational culture will support the new values of an agile team, and the broader project community will be populated appropriately. Okay, so all these things will be checked during the readiness of assessment. Okay, next one is project community. Okay, so what XP suggests is that right people be used to populate the agile team to ensure the success. Right kind of people who can able to work together as a team, okay, would really helpful to for these XP projects. Okay, so the implication here is, okay, people should be team people of the people who are in the team must be well trained and adaptable and skilled and have the proper team proper temperament to contribute the self-organizing team. Okay, and when the XP is applied to the significant project, okay, which are in the large organization, the concept of team would be into a community. Okay, that means team should work as a community. That means every person who can able to take care voluntarily come up and take care what they can able to do, okay, as a community does. Okay, that community might have consists technologists and customer who are central to the success of project, and many other stakeholders like legal staff, quality editors, and manufacturing, sales people, and so many. Okay, so who are often so periphery of the IXP project, okay, but may play important role for the project. Okay, so in IXP, okay, this industrial experience programming, the community members and their roles should be explicitly defined, and mechanisms for communication and coordination between community members should be established. That is the main aim of this community, community based development. Okay, their roles should be defined explicitly, and so need to define the mechanisms for the communication and also coordination between these community members. Okay, next one is project chartering. Okay, so IXP team can able to assess the project, okay, to determine whether the appropriate business justification for the project is exists or not, and whether the project will further, okay, met the overall goals and going to meet the overall goals and objectives of the organization. Okay, and it also examines the context of the project, okay, to determine how it complements and extends or replaces existing system, or process the new one. Next, test driven management. Okay, so test driven management, okay, measurable criteria for assessing the state of the project. Okay, and that progress has been which is made to date. Okay, that can able to measure the assessing the state of the project. Okay, test driven management also establishes a series of measurable destinations. Okay, and it can able to define the mechanisms for determining whether or not these destinations have been reached. Okay, so that's the test driven management. Okay, retrospectives. Okay, this IXP team can able to conduct the specialized technical review. Okay, after the software increment is delivered. Okay, which is called retrospective. Okay, that review examines issues, events, and lessons which are learned, okay, across the software increment and to ensure the software release. Okay, so main aim of this retrospectiveness is the improve the IXP process for the next iteration of the release. Okay, that is called retrospectives. Okay. Then continuous learning. Okay, so learning is a vital part of this, continuous process improvement. Okay, so the XP team are encouraged to, learn new methods and techniques, so that can able to lead higher quality product. Okay, that is continuous learning. Okay, story driven development, we call it shortly as SDD. Okay, that insists the stories of our acceptance test be written, okay, before a single line of code is generated. Okay, that is about story driven development or domain driven design. Okay, which is a improvement on system metaphor concept called concept which are used in XP. Okay, so here DDD, okay, that suggests the evolutionary criterion for domain model that accurately represents how domain experts think about their subject. Okay, so these three things, okay, story driven development, that can able to tell you that of ready the acceptance before starting the coding, and domain driven design will help you to the system metaphor, which is the concept which is used in XP. And okay, this DDD suggests is the evolutionary creation of domain model that accurately represent how domain experts think about their subject. Okay, so that is about domain driven design, DDD. Pairing extends the XP pair programming. Okay, that includes the managers and other stakeholders, okay, of the team. And so the main aim of this pairing, XP pair programming, is to improve the knowledge sharing among the XP team, who may not be directly involved in technical development. Okay, so iterative usability is discouraged. Okay, front loaded interface design, okay, which is favor of usability design that evolves as a software increments or which are delivered and users interaction with the software is studied. Next one is that is all about extreme programming and industrial XP thing. Okay, so next thing is different agile process models. We do have a few agile process models. One of them is adaptive software development. So here ASD is proposed by Jim Highsmith. Okay, that is a technique for building a complex software and systems. Okay, the philosophy behind this ASD is, okay, on human collaboration and team self-organization. Okay, here you can see the simple diagram that can able to help you to understand the ASD philosophy or ASD model. Okay, which is part of agile process. So speculation, collaboration and learning. Okay, so speculation in the sense means adaptive cycle planning. That is the vision of statement, each project's constraints, basic requirements, time box release plan, everything will be planned under speculation. Okay, and collaboration, okay, requirements gathering and every spectacles will be in the collaboration phase. Okay, components which are implemented, that tested, focus groups for feedback, formal technical reviews and postmortems, everything will be conducted in this learning phase. Okay, so then immediately release will happen. Okay, software increment, adjustments for the subsequent cycles will be done in this adaptive software development. Okay, next model is Scrum, which is very popular software development methodology in the agile development. Okay, so Scrum, which is derived from the activity that occurs during the rugby match. Okay, so okay, which was conceived by Jeff Sutherland, okay, and his development team in the early 1990s. Okay, here the important point is, it Scrum incorporates a process of patterns that emphasizes the project priorities, compartmentalized work units and communication and frequent customer feedback. Everything will be concentrated, incorporated in this Scrum. Okay, so within the each framework activity, work task occurs within the process pattern. Okay, process patterns are very important concept in this Scrum. Okay, which we call as a sprint. Okay, so work which is conducted within the sprint, okay, is adapted to the problem at hand and is defined and often modified in real time by the Scrum team. Okay, so yeah, there would be a number of sprints would, for every framework activity. Okay, depending upon the project complexity and the size. Okay, so different Scrum teams would be parallelly working. Okay, so here is the simple diagram that show you the Scrum process flow. Okay, here you can see a sprint sprint backlog that can able to assign to the sprint. Okay, so backlog items would be expanded by the teams, and within the 30 days you need to Scrum team will Scrum team will gather and join the meetings for every 24 hours and update the status, and within the 30 days they can able to produce the new functionality which is demonstrated at the end of the sprint. Okay, every day 15 minutes of daily briefing will be happen within the Scrum team. What responsibilities every developer has faced in the team, and what are the challenges they faced. Okay, and what will we do before the next meeting. Okay, so those things will be discussed in every day in the Scrum meeting. Okay, so here backlog that can able to prioritize the list of project requirements. Okay, that provides actual business value for the customer. Okay, so these items, okay, can be added to the backlog at any time. Okay, that is how changes will be introduced, right? Okay, the project manager will take the responsibility of this backlog and will assess these backlog and update the priorities whenever it is required. Okay, sprints, we call them as sprints. Okay, it's part of Scrum process that consists of work units. Okay, so that they are can able to help you to achieve the requirements, okay, which is defined in the backlog. Okay, that should be fit into the predefined time. Okay, typically mostly 30 days. Okay, changes, okay, whatever changes in the backlog items, okay, will not be introduced during the sprint, but after completion of sprint those will be inducted into the this Scrum, okay, in this backlog box. Okay, so the sprint allows team members to work in a short term but stable environment. Okay, as we mentioned earlier, Scrum meeting, every day Scrum meetings will be happen, which is from 15 minutes, it lasts from 15 minutes to 1 hour depending upon the team size and complexity of the project. Okay, three basic questions will be asked for every team member. First one is, okay, so what did you do since from the last meeting, okay, which was happened in the last business day, and did you face any obstacles? Okay, did you encounter any obstacles during this what you are working on? Okay, so what do you plan? Okay, what are you going to do, okay, for before the next meeting? Okay, these things will be asked, okay, and will be answered in this Scrum meeting. So for these Scrum meetings there would be a leader called Scrum Master. Mostly the team leader will play this role as a Scrum leader or Scrum Master, we could say. that leads the meeting. Scrum master leads the meeting and will assess the responses from each person. Okay, so if the team is facing any issues, he need to adjust the delivery. Okay, he can plan accordingly. Okay, based on the team responses after the meeting. Okay, so this scrum meeting will help to a team to uncover the potential problems. Okay, as early as possible. Okay, so these meetings leads to knowledge socialization. That means everyone knows what everyone is doing, so that leads to the knowledge socialization, and thereby promote a self-organizing team structure. Okay, so that is how self-organizing team team itself will organize based on the based on the situations. Okay, demos. Okay, so demos is the that deliver the software increment to the customer. So the functionality that has been implemented can be demonstrated and evaluated by the customer. Okay, so it is very important to note that demo may not contain all planned functionality. Okay, so but the functions that can be delivered within the time box that was established. Okay, yes. So Beadle and his colleagues, okay, presented a comprehensive discussion of the patterns, okay, which they can able to state says Scrum assumes upfront the existence of chaos. Yes, they can able to predict the worst things which might happen during the development or after the development. Okay, so yeah, this scrum process patterns enable a software team to work successfully in a world, okay, where the elimination of uncertainty is impossible. Okay, yeah, these process patterns can able to achieve the team to work successfully towards elimination of uncertainty, which if it is not possible, if we go other way around. Okay, yeah. Next next agile process model is dynamic system development method, or we could say DSDM. Okay, so DSDM method states that it is an agile software development approach, okay, that can able to provide a framework for building and maintaining systems, okay, so which might meet the tight time constraints, okay, through the use of incremental prototyping, which is controlled by the project environment. Okay, the important point here is DSDM is the process framework that can adopt the tactics of the another agile approach, okay, like XP. Yes, the DSDM consortium, okay, you could visit them, dsdm.org. Okay, it is a worldwide group, okay, of the members, okay, and companies, okay, that collectively take on the role of keeper of the method. Okay, so this consortium defines the agile process model, which we call as a DSDM life cycle. Okay, so that can able to define, that has defined 3 different iterative cycles. Okay, so preceded by 2 additional life cycle activities. Okay, so that is first one is feasibility study. Okay, so feasibility study establishes the basic business requirements and constraints associated with the application, okay, which is to be built and assess whether the application is viable candidate for the DSDM process. Okay, next phase is business study, that can able to establish the functional and information requirements. Okay, so that can allow you the application to provide business value. Okay, and also defines the basic application architecture and identifies the maintainability. Okay, maintainability requirements for the application. Okay, next one is functional model iteration. Okay, functional model iteration in the sense it produces, okay, set of incremental prototypes, okay, that can able to demonstrate the functionality for the customer. Okay, the intent is during this iterative cycle to gather additional requirements, okay, by eliciting feedback from the users and as they exercise the prototype. Okay, Next one is design and build iteration. Okay, so it revisits the prototype and can able to build during the functional model iteration. Okay, to ensure that the each prototype, okay, has been engineered in a manner that that can able to enable and provide the operational business value, okay, for the end users. Okay, in few cases functional model iteration, okay, and a design and build iteration, okay, all of them are occurs concurrently, okay, parallelly. So implementation life cycle, okay, so which places the latest software increment, okay, into an operational environment. Okay, so it should be noted that so the increment, okay, may not be 100% complete. Okay, and changes may be requested as the increment is put in place. Okay, in either case, DSDM development works continuous by that returns to the functional model iteration activity. Okay, yeah, DSDM can be combined with XP, okay, to provide combination approach, okay, that defines a solid process model, okay, with the nuts and bolts practices that are required to build software increments. Okay, so in addition to the DSDM or ASD concepts, okay, which were the first model of this agile process. Okay, collaboration and self-organizing teams can be adopted and to be combined as a process model. Okay, so next model in this agile process is crystal model. Okay, Alistair Cogburn, okay, and James Highsmith, okay, created this crystal family of agile methods. Okay, so to achieve a software development approach that puts a premium on maneuverability. Okay, during what Cogburn characterized as a resource limited cooperative game of invention and communication. Okay, with primary goal of delivering useful working software, and secondary goal is setting up the next game. Okay, so crystal is family of process models with the same genetic code but different methods for adapting the project characteristics. Okay, yeah, so to achieve maneuverability, Cogburn and Highsmith, they defined a set of methodology. Okay, so each of them has having the core elements that are common to all, and roles, process patterns, work products, and practice that are unique to each other. Okay, this crystal family is actually a set of example for agile processes that have been proven effectively for different types of projects. Okay, so here the intention is to allow agile teams to select the member of the crystal family which are most they are most appropriate for their project and environment. Okay, yeah. Next one is future driven development, we call them as FFD, which is another agile process model, which is originally conceived by Peter Code and his colleagues. Okay, as a practical model for object oriented software engineering. Okay, Stephen Farmer and John Felsing have extended this model. Okay, and improved their work. Okay, describing an adaptive agile process that can be applied to moderately sized and large software projects. Okay, so yeah, FDP adopts the following philosophy. Okay, so that emphasizes collaboration among people on FDP team, and manages problem and project complexity using feature based decomposition. Okay, which is followed by the integration of software increments. Okay, so communication of technical details using verbal, graphical, and text based means will be used. Okay, so what FFD emphasizes is so software quality assurance activities. Okay, by encouraging an incremental development strategy, the use of design and code inspections, and application of software quality assurance audits, the collection of metrics, and the use of patterns. Okay, yeah. So in the context of FDD, okay, FDD feature, is a client valued function that can be implemented in 2 weeks or less. Okay, which emphasizes on the definition of feature that can able to provide the following benefits. Okay, because the features are small blocks. Okay, which are deliver the functionality. Okay, users can describe them more easily. Okay, so and they can able to understand how they related to one another. Okay, and better review them for ambiguity and error for or omissions. Okay, so next, features can be organized into hierarchical business related grouping. Okay, and since a feature is the FDD deliverable software increment, the team develops operational features every 2 weeks. Okay, so and because the features are small, their design and code representations are easier to inspect very effectively. Okay, project planning, scheduling and tracking which are driven by the feature hierarchy. Okay, then arbitrarily adopted software engineering task set. Okay, so that is about feature driven development. And code and his colleagues suggest that following template for defining a feature. Okay, here the action, the result, okay, by, for, or, of, or to should be used on an object. Okay, so here the object might be person, place, okay, thing, okay, and so on. Here you can see the examples. Add the product to the shopping cart, display the technical specifications of the product, store the shipping information for the customer, and so on. Okay, here you see the simple architecture of FDDs. Okay, first we develop the overall model, then build the features list. Okay, and we will group them based on the features and subject areas. Okay, and we will plan by the feature. Okay, a development plan will be a development plan class owners, feature set owners will be, everything will be in place. Okay, then we will design by the feature and build by the feature. Okay, design package will implemented complete the client value function. Okay, so that is you can see. Okay, a feature set of groups, okay, which are related to features into business related categories and are defined like this: act or action or acting an object. Okay, example, making a product sale is a feature. Okay, that would encompasses the features which are noted earlier and others. Okay, yeah, FDD provides greater emphasis on project. Okay, project management guidelines and techniques that may other agile methods. Okay, project grow in size and complexity. Ad hoc project management is often inadequate. Okay, so it is very essential for the developers and managers and other stakeholders to understand project status. Okay, so what accomplishments have been made so far and problems have been encountered during the these iterations. Okay, so if the deadline is very near, okay, so that means that build up the pressure, okay, which is significant. So it is very important to determine if the software increments are properly scheduled or not. Okay, then to accomplish this, FDD defines 6 milestones during the design and implementation of features. Okay, what are those? Design walkthroughs, design inspection, code inspection, promoter to build. Okay, these 6 milestones defined by the FDD. Okay, to accomplish deadline, fixing the deadlines for to which are very critical to the development. Okay, next one is LSD. We call them as a lean software development. Okay, lean software development which adapted to the principles of lean manufacturing to the world of the software engineering. Okay, this LSD, okay, lean principles, okay, that can inspire the LSD process, okay, that can be summarized like this, okay, as a eliminate waste, okay, build quality in, create a knowledge, okay, defer commitment, deliver fast, respect people, and optimize the whole. Okay, these things are the lean principles that inspires the LSD process. Okay, all these principles can be adapted, okay, to the software process. Okay, example, eliminate the waste within the context of an agile software project. Okay, that adding the no extraneous features or functions, okay, and not adding the external functions or features which are not related to the core software, and assessing the cost and schedule impact of any newly requested requirement. Okay, removing any superfluous process steps, okay, and establishing mechanisms to improve the way team members find the information. Okay, and ensuring the that testing finds as many errors as possible. Okay, so reducing the time which is required to request and get a decision, okay, that affects the software or the process that is applied to create it, and streaming the manner, okay, in which the information is transmitted to all stakeholders, okay, which are involved in the process. Okay, yeah. Next one is agile modeling. Okay, agile modeling in the sense it is a practice based methodology for effective modeling and documentation of software based systems. Okay, we can simply put agile modeling as a collection of values, principles, and practices for modeling software that can be applied on a software development. Okay, in effective and lightweight manner. Okay, so agile models are more effective than traditional models, obviously, because they are just good and they don't have to be perfect. Okay, Scott Ambler describes the agile modeling in the following. Okay, so agile modeling is a practice-based methodology to plan for effective modeling and documentation of software systems. Put agile modeling is a collection of values, principles, and practices for modeling software. Okay, so that can able to apply on software development project. Okay, in effective and lightweight manner. Okay, so agile models are more effective than traditional models. Okay, because they are just barely good. Okay, but they are not perfect. Okay, they don't have to be perfect. Okay, so AM suggests, okay, so wide array of core and supplementary modeling principles, okay, that makes the AM unique. Okay, what are those? Model with purpose. Okay, so a developer who uses AM should have the specific goal, okay, in a mind, okay, before creating the model. Okay, once the goal for the model is identified, the type of notion to be used and the level of details required will be more obvious. Okay, next, use multiple models. Okay, there would be many different models and notations that can be used to describe software. Okay, only a small subset is essential for most projects. Okay, what AM suggests is to provide each model should present a different aspect of the system. Okay, and only those models, okay, that are provide value to their intended audience should be used. Okay, next, travel light. Okay, so as a software engineering work proceeds, okay, keep only those models which are provide a long term value, and jettison the rest. Okay, jettison means omit the rest. Okay, every work product that is kept must be maintained as a change occurs. Okay, that represents work that slows the team down. Okay, so Ambler notes that this every time, okay, we decide to keep a model, we trade off agility for the convenience of having the information available to our team, okay, in abstract manner. Okay, so next, content is more important than the representation. Yes, modeling should as it says that represent the content is not much important, but representing the content is valuable. Okay, now the models and the tools you use to create them. Okay, but before you using the models, okay, and tools, first you need to know them. Okay, before you create them. Okay, so adapt locally. Okay, so the modeling approach should be adapted to the needs of the agile team. Okay, so next, agile unified process. The last one is agile unified process. Okay, so it adopts the serial in the large and iterative in the small. Okay, philosophy. Okay, to build the computer based systems. Okay, so by adapting the classical UP phase activities. Okay, inception, elaboration, construction, and transition. Okay, all of them, okay, provides a serial overlay. Okay, a linear sequence of software engineering activities. Okay, that can enable a team to visualize the overall process flow for a software project. Okay, within each of these activities, the team iterates to achieve agility and to deliver meaningful software increments. Okay, to end users as rapidly as possible. Okay, okay, each AUP iteration addresses the following activities. Okay, modeling. Okay, modeling in the sense means UML representation of the business and problem domains are created. Okay, but you should be stay agile. Okay, that means you need to make it is fast, and you don't have to use all the models. Okay, barely good enough to proceed the your team. Okay, so next one is implementation. Okay, so models are translated into source code. Okay, that is called implementation. Testing is like the XP. So whatever the team designs and executes, should a series of tests to be uncover the errors and ensure that the source code meets its requirements. Okay, the last one is deployment. Okay, like the generic process activity deployment. In this context, focus on the delivery of software increments and the acquisition of the feedback from the end users. Okay, and configuration and project management. Okay, so in the context of AUP, configuration management addresses the change management, risk management, and the control of any persistent work products that produced by the team. And project management tracks and controls the progress of the team and coordinates the team activities. Okay, so environment management. Okay, that coordinates a project infrastructure that includes standards, tools, and other support technologies available to the team. Okay, so all these whatever we discussed are taken from the software engineering, a practitioner approach, which is written by Roger S. Pressman. So that's it. Thank you very much.